Good morning, Libra. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. My name is Emily Gear. I'm a transformative energy healer and I'm here with your weekly messages. And because yesterday was July 2nd, where we had not only a new moon in Cancer, but a total solar eclipse, I am focusing this week's readings on the energies that you are experiencing, the changes you're experiencing, the doorways opening for you as a result of all of that activity, okay? So I'm shuffling your cards here. While I'm talking, I just want to note that this is a general reading, and if this does not resonate, be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs to get a sort of a more complete story. And, oh boy, and in addition, if you find that you would like to do a private reading with me or an energy healing, you can always schedule that on my website, which is IamEmilyGear.com, or a combination of the two. I really just do whatever the client requires within a certain amount of time. So you don't even need to know what you want, you just schedule the time, and then your own record keepers will guide me into what you need at the moment, okay, in combination with what you come to me asking for. So also, there is an extended read that will dive directly into romantic relationships, and the link for that is in the description box below if you want to look directly at that. Now, this general read, anything can come out. So we may talk about relationships, we might talk about jobs, we might just talk about ascension energy. So it just depends on what wants to come out today, okay? Okay, so I've been shuffling your cards. Just want to ask what we can get for Libra for this week, specifically how the eclipse is affecting you, how the eclipse is affecting Libra, and the new moon, and what energies are coming in for Libra, please. Energies are coming in for Libra. How is this affecting Libra? Okay. So I feel like we first got the High Priestess here, and my feeling is that you're gaining some kind of new insights, like internally after going inward, or just, you know, allowing this sort of eureka moment to come through about where your life is at this moment. And it almost feels like you have this wake-up moment where you're like, what am I doing? What am I doing here? And it might not necessarily be negative where you're judging everything in your life, but there are probably some things that you're sort of looking at and saying, why do I stay on this hamster wheel? Why am I continuing to put myself through this? And I feel like we've got the Two of Wands also coming up, which makes sense with that, because I sort of feel like you're making some choices about your life path going forward, the things that you just are not willing to continue to invest your time and energy into, which is a really healthy way of thinking about it. Libra is very good at just sort of like objectively, can be good at objectively judging a situation and quickly deciding what works for them and what doesn't. However, they can get very emotional about it, and they can get, not even emotional, but they can be at times attached to the excitement involved. Let's just say the drama. They can be attached to the drama. Sometimes they enjoy the drama. And not all, but some. And part of that is being ruled by Venus. So it just depends on where your vibrational signature kind of is. Like if you are in the higher octaves, middle octaves, or the lower octaves of the Libran sort of vibration. So just be aware if you are sticking with something because of the excitement and the drama and the like, the passion but not good passion, you might want to think about how that's, if that's serving you or how that's serving you, okay? Maybe it is. Maybe it's, you know, bringing up issues that you need to look at and release and work through and heal, in which case, you know, it's one of those things that everything serves a purpose, right? if it's just bringing you down, if it's just creating chaos in your life, then it's really time to think about removing that, because it's really time to get your energy balanced a little better. Both of these have these, I'm getting the feeling of balance because of the two pillars here and the two wands here. This just feels like balance to me. The Justice card, which represents Libra, did not come up here, but it also features two pillars in the background. And to me, that's about balancing yin and yang, creating stability within you and externally as a result, okay? I do feel like you have been in a period of frantic movement, frantic change, frantic, even communication, even fights, even something like that. There's a lot of energy moving around you right now. Some of it's positive, some of it is negative. It depends on what your situation, you know, everybody's going to be a little bit different, but I do feel it's a little bit exhausting, and you're kind of starting to feel that, and you're getting, it's really pointing you to this need to make a choice and a decision in your life about something, okay? All right, let's see what else comes out here for Libra. I think you know that your actions have precipitated whatever situation you're in, and that your actions now will precipitate the situation you will be in. That sounds obvious, but you would not believe how many people think they're being victimized by the rest of the world. And if that is you, then this is your cue to take a look at how you're affecting your own circumstances, okay? What else wants to come up for Libra here? Okay, I knew this was going to come out. So we have this Three of Wands with the Emperor. Again, this is really being in control of how your life forms in front of you, forms ahead of you. So it's like you've always had the reins, whether you acknowledge that or not. You're being reminded of that now. And that it's time to really, while most of the signs are swinging into a more feminine energy, I'm getting that it's time for you guys to kind of step into that role of being the master of your own life. And in this case, combined with the Three of Wands, I feel like it's the master manifester. I'm hearing being in control of your thoughts and thought patterns, because you're manifesting directly from that, okay? And if you're in negative thought patterns, you know, you don't always have to do this whole uprooting upheaval. I don't see, well, I'm not going to say I don't see that here, but sometimes it's simply about being in awareness of the way that you're thinking, and then knowing that that affects your day-to-day life, so that you can kind of pull it back when you catch yourself in that habit and just get out of the habit. What do they say? It takes like 21 days to form a new habit, something like that. So if you do this religiously for 21 days, it will just start to happen for you automatically. So to me, this is about getting control of your thoughts in order to change your reality. So it's almost like I'm not saying that there's no action steps to be taken here in order to kind of align yourself appropriately, but I am saying that much of it seems to involve around thoughts and energy, and your thoughts create the energy that surrounds you. So be aware of the thoughts, number one. Number two, the people you're attracting into your life based upon your energy, because all those things are going to sort of keep reflecting back to each other. So it's almost like the mirror facing the mirror. So if you look into one of those mirrors, you'll get this tunnel way to infinity. And when you attract in somebody who's reflecting your energy, and then you begin to reflect theirs, it's like this cyclical motion. When it's positive, that's fucking amazing. When it's sort of in the lower octaves, when it's negative, when it's codependent, when it's, you know, narcissistic, when it's whatever, then this is definitely something that you're going to need to, a pattern you're going to need to break out of. So it might not be another person. Maybe this is just a thought pattern within your own mind that's causing that. And you've got the Tower coming up here, which is a really profound and like, I'm getting the word cataclysmic, which is a word that's associated with this card, but a lot of times I don't read it that way just because, like, I don't want to put people in fear. But I am feeling like this cataclysmic breakdown in the thought patterns or in the things in your life that are just really affecting you in a negative way. So some things are going to change drastically in order, it's essentially to put you on the right path, to save you in a sense, not in the like save your soul sense, but just to get you on the right path, to get you out of this loop of just constantly the feedback loop between you and another person, you and a situation, you and your family members, you and a job, you and whatever. There's a feedback loop that's been really getting out of control, I think. And not as positive as it should be or could be. So this is breaking that down in some way. It's going to be different how that happens for all of you, okay? If this is like a job, this could be, you know, switching jobs. This could be the job, losing the job. This could be leaving the job. This could be like getting promoted. I mean, it could go any direction. So please don't be afraid of this. In fact, I find the Tower uncomfortable, but also I'm always grateful for it because I know that it's breaking down stagnancy that I have not been able to consciously do on my own. So my subconscious mind and my higher self have attracted in a situation that just really takes care of it for me. Yeah, here we go with the Magician. So I feel like with the Magician and the Emperor showing up here, you're manifesting the situation yourself in order to be in better alignment with what your higher self goals are. You know, what you came into this life to do. Now, if you don't believe that you came into this life with a soul path, then at the very least, this is, with the Emperor showing up here, I really feel like this is your own power showing itself in your life, okay? I happen to believe that there are choices that we make as spiritual entities before taking physical form that set up a circumstance of events that we go through in order to experience the various continuum that life has to offer, because we are sparks of the divine, and the divine experiences itself, i.e. exists in space-time or even outside of space-time by experiencing itself through us, and therefore we all have this continuum of experiences that we go through. So that's just my point of view. It doesn't have to match yours, whatever. But this does show me that you have a lot of power in this situation, your personal power. And I do believe that you have been digging deep in order to understand what are those circumstances that you're trying to experience in this lifetime. All right, I feel like this is a very transformative time for you. Not even feel like, I'm hearing that this is a very transformative time for you. Particularly something about your Saturn in your chart. If you're into astrology, check out where your Saturn is. Okay, so I don't read reversals, but this just came out in reverse, and it just sort of made me feel like this process, this time period, is about bringing you full circle into about a more balanced state. So right now you might be way off on one side or another. And this is attempting to bring you back into some kind of balance, into your, I'm hearing, your own personal sovereignty. So it might be that you're giving up too much power to other individuals, situations. You feel like you're out of control, or you can't control a situation, or that you don't have any say in something in your life, when indeed on some level you do. Okay, I realize that certain situations you can't necessarily, like, let's just say that, I know this is none of you guys, you probably wouldn't be watching this, but let's just say you're going to prison, right? You don't have a lot of control over that, but you do have control over your actions and the way that you deal with that. So that is where you gain your control back, okay? And it's not even control so much as sovereignty, where you have, there are things in your life that you have a choice over, and that it's down to you and your assessment to kind of choose which way to behave, right? And other things are completely out of your control. The only things that you can control are the things that you are, is the way that you act, the way that you respond. Okay? All right. We're going to wrap this reading up before moving on to relationships. Let me just get, I'm going to get a Work Your Light Oracle card for you guys. What advice does Libra need for this eclipse week, please? What advice does Libra need for this eclipse week, please? So weird. Some days I pull 1,000,000 cards. Other days this is too many. Other days I pull like, I just pulled like what, 7, 8 cards for you guys and had the whole reading. I don't know. Yesterday, Virgo had almost the whole deck out. It's just weird how it works. Okay. Card for Libra, please, for advice for this week of the eclipse. Advice for Libra for this week of the eclipse, please. I don't know how to pronounce this word. Mintaken. Longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. And so this for me is about, it kind of is about coming home, this whole reading, because I feel like, you know, this being out of balance is like, in this like needing to dig deep to access what you really want or need in this lifetime, and then coming back into alignment with your own personal power. To me, that's all about coming home, coming into alignment with your higher self, with source energy. That's home, you know? And it's all this other drama and like weird bullshit that goes on in our life, in our lives, that can really derail us. And it's like we need to like corral it back in. So this is sort of your time to corral it back in. And this tower event, whatever it is, this sort of either cataclysmic event or a huge healing event or just drastic sudden shift in your life is central and critical to allowing that to happen for you. Okay? So Libra, I hope this is helpful. We're going to move on to the relationship reading on Vimeo. I hope you'll join me over there. The link is in the description box below. If not, I will see you next week. And if you would like to get a private reading or energy healing or combination of the above, you can get to me on my website, which is IamEmilyGear.com. Okay, thanks guys. Appreciate you. Bye.